right. It is just me for the beginning of the podcast today. Illini Basketball Podcast, episode 230, November 25th, 2024. And I really would not have started the show. Tyler will be joining us here shortly, I believe. But I would not have started the show if it weren't for the fact that Illinois has a game tonight. So you're stuck with just seeing my face on the screen right now. It probably sucks for a lot of people, but, whoa. There we go. So there's a lot to discuss that, isn't even related to the game from Saturday and not even related to the game tonight. And if you follow us on Twitter, you probably know what I'm alluding to. And I'm just going to flash on the screen right now. Ed Cooley is a clown. Bergie, hello. Tommy, hello. Bergie says Cooley is a dick. Tough to disagree. So context is very important here. And I think Illinois fans overall, I don't know if there's been enough reaction on Twitter from Illinois fans. Maybe I've missed it. Maybe I've been caught up in the stuff that I've been doing on there. There's things that I've been saying because I've said a lot. And for, from a numbers perspective, I think it's going to really be – I mean, look, we gained a lot of followers from it. It's not what I was going for. The point remains that I believe Ed Cooley is a moron, and I cannot believe that he uttered the words that he said. And I don't even know if I can play this clip. I'm going to play it, though, just so we have the context, the proper context of this entire situation, and we understand how absurd what he said was. And really, why even go there? What is the purpose that, especially when you look at what happened at Providence, all the things that happened at Providence before he left Providence, okay? And then you look at what's transpired at Georgetown. Has Georgetown gotten, a little bit better since Cooley took over? Sure. Great. I mean, did you see what they were under Patrick Ewing before that? I mean, it's not an easy job, but my God, what are we doing here? And they just play an absolute gauntlet of a schedule in the non-conference. Oh, wait, their toughest opponent is Notre Dame or West Virginia. Okay, great. Couple of teams outside of the top 50 in college basketball. Certainly great gauntlet there. I mean, just talk about a complete coward when it comes to his schedule, when it comes to his philosophy, when it comes to the things that he says on or off the court. Ed Cooley is a clown. That is the theme of the beginning of this show, since I have to kill 15 or 20 minutes before Tyler is here. I don't want to get into the game from Saturday without him. I don't want to let him not comment on the Cooley thing either. We got to get into the game tonight. Tonight's preview will be pretty short. But Cooley, I mean, why the fuck would he go there? I don't get it. And knowing the strength of the Providence fan base on social media, I felt it was the right thing to do to align ourselves with them on Twitter and back them up for what Ed Cooley did to them. Let's not forget about the media's role in the Ed Cooley thing as well. The media didn't even want to touch it. They didn't even want to talk about it. He had Jeff Goodman saying all that shit he said about Providence, the documentary. And look, do I agree with every single thing that's been said over the Ed Cooley thing at Providence? Probably not, but guess what? I'm not, the most informed on all of it. It's okay. It's tough. Let me find this clip here of what Ed Cooley had to say about the Illinois basketball, referencing former Illini Jaden Epps, who, since Illinois has had zero trouble replacing Jaden Epps. Let's put it that way. Since the departure of Epps, Epps was on a team that it's not his fault that they lost in the first round to Arkansas. It wasn't a very good team, but just saying. Illinois is 33-10 since the departure of Epps. Georgetown, on the other hand, folks, what's Georgetown? Let's take a look while we're here. And really, you're not going to win the argument by just pointing out how bad Georgetown is, because it's obvious. But Cooley, what's he doing? Georgetown with Jaden Epps, they are 13-24, including 4 shit non-conference wins this year. They beat Lehigh, who's 286th on KenPom. They beat Fairfield, who's 299th on KenPom. They beat Mount St. Mary's, who's 274th, and St. Francis, who's 338th. They lost to a pretty average Notre Dame team by 21 points. So shut the absolute fuck up if you're Ed Cooley talking about Illinois after that game, after their recent win. Just a loser thing to do, believe me. Let me find it here. It's from the Field of 68, I believe, is who posted it. Let's see here. Where's it at? Why can't I find it? Oh boy. Did they delete it? I got to go on our Twitter now. Okay. Hold on a second, folks. I wasn't prepared because I'm a loser. Here we go. Let's try to get this up here for the folks. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down because I played this. I don't know why I don't know why I would, but here we go. Let's.
But it's something that I saw him as a freshman.
Roll the tape.
But I've also seen a growth in Jaden. I've talked to him yesterday in practice. I talked to him today before the game. His development defensively is I mean, it's almost like it's a new player. But it's something that I saw him as a freshman year when he played for that other bullshit school. So, and I'm pretty sure that'll make national news when I say that, but I never said the school it was.
Boy, that's hilarious. What a jokester this fucking clown is. I mean, what are we even doing here? It's not going to make national news because you're a loser of a coach. You haven't won a fucking thing in your entire career. And I'm really close to the camera now. I'm sorry. You haven't won a thing in your entire career. Really? I mean, how many tournament wins does this guy have in his career? It's not an impressive number, believe me. And I'm not a coach at that level. Who am I to talk? Whatever. I don't care. When it comes to bringing up Illinois, if Brad doesn't want to make it a public thing and make it a distraction, 100% agree. That's the way Brad should handle it. That's the way he has handled it so far, and that's a good thing. However, when you consider what the Illini fan base is on social media, and you consider what the reputation of the Illini fan base is on social media, especially amongst the Big Ten, is it's crazy people. And guess what? We're gonna become crazy people over something as fucking absurd as this, because what he said, it's just so wildly unnecessary and stupid that I don't understand where his head is at when he's saying something like that. Number one, Illinois does not give a shit about Jaden Epps right now. No offense. Jaden Epps is a fine, solid freshman. Did he live up to the expectations in his freshman year? He's close. He's fine. There's limitations there. That's fine. Number two, maybe focus on the fact that Georgetown, the program that you're currently coaching at, is going to get fucking beaten to death and swallowed up by the Big East this year once again for the 1,000th year in a row. After that one fluke year where they barely snuck into the tournament before he was there. Georgetown is going to be a bottom 3 team in the Big East. And I'll say this right now, DePaul this season will finish better in the Big East under Chris Holtmann than Georgetown under Ed Cooley. Okay? And number 3, I don't understand why he said it. Everybody knows the school you're talking about. Just fucking say it. Say the school. Why not? You scared? Say the school. We understand who it is. We know who you're talking about. And some would say it's not worth starting a war over Jaden Epps. That's probably true, but I don't care. And honestly, throw this at UConn fans right now. UConn fans need to back away, especially from us, okay? Illinois got the shit kicked out of them by a very, very good UConn team last season in the tournament, as did most of the other teams that played UConn from February to March and so on. I don't know why there are UConn fans in my mentions over this. Number one, why would UConn fans go out of the way to even get themselves involved in this? I don't understand it, because no one was more fair to UConn during the tournament last season than this podcast. Okay? We acknowledged how good they were. We understood how elite they are. We understand how good of a coach Hurley is. We understand all of that. And if Providence fans disagree with me on that, that's fine. That's a Big East battle. That's their thing. I don't need UConn fans joining in on whatever they think this is on Twitter, because I saw a couple of them and I don't understand it. Like, shut up. You beat Illinois. Congrats. Get the fuck out of here with that. Nobody was more fair to UConn than we were last year. We had several people in our comments section during the tournament last season giving us props. These are UConn fans giving us props for the way we handled the discussions about UConn last season. So I don't understand why UConn fans are even trying to touch this. I don't get that at all. I wanted to pull up a couple of the tweets that we had that really did numbers. We thank all the people out there that enjoyed these tweets. This one here, the big one, I felt the need to say this. This one on Twitter, Ed Cooley, this is a quote from me on Twitter. Quote, Ed Cooley has an ego the size of Texas. He's done nothing to turn Georgetown around. He left a great gig at Providence, which, let's be honest, Providence is a pretty good job, relatively speaking, in the Big East. Like, it's you can win games there. I don't think there's any doubt. He totally stabbed him in the back, which is true, by the way. Look at the entire way that went down. I don't even understand why he said what he said. Don't ever fucking reference the University of Illinois basketball program again. Georgetown, of course, you want to use the word bullshit, Ed? I'll throw it right fucking back at you. Georgetown is a bullshit program, and Ed Cooley is a bullshit coach. You talk about a guy who has completely hurt his reputation over the last 4 or 5 years. It's this guy. Top of the list because nobody likes him, to my knowledge. I'm not even sure all Georgetown fans like him, nor should they, because their program is going nowhere fast. Believe me, it's going nowhere fast. And then obviously I posted in alliance with Providence and Illini fans. I think that's gone over pretty well. Shout out to all the Providence fans who have started following us and have joined us on this thing. I mean, it's the right thing to do. Like, you can't get away with some bullshit like that. You can't get away with it. So shout out Syracuse fans also joining us as well, according to Make Syracuse Basketball Great Again, joining us on that alliance as well. So look, it was the right thing to do. I'm a little disappointed that other Illinois accounts didn't step up and, get with Providence on this, because Providence fans, I think, have been ridiculed over some of this stuff with Cooley because the media wants to defend him because he's fucking – it's a classic sports story. These fucking coaches who are so fake with the media. They're so nice to the media. Oh, we got to protect him. That's our guy. We like him. It's in every sport. We see it in the NFL, local, Gerard Mayo. Let's do a Boston example. I listen to a Boston podcast. I enjoy listening to it, and this is this kind of stuff that you'll get. Oh, Gerard Mayo is so nice to the media. Oh, he's so nice. Fuck off. You have a job to do. And I don't think everybody did their job over the Ed Cooley exit from Providence. I don't think every quote-unquote journalist did their job during that period. And I don't think anybody did their job in this scenario. Ed Cooley needs to be pressed about, hey, why would you say something that's stupid? He probably knows it was stupid because he went to Twitter instantly and apologized for it, to which I said I do not accept. And when people say it's not mine to accept, bullshit. I can say whatever the hell I want about this because we do an Illini basketball show. We have been defending, enjoying the program for years. We've been doing this podcast for 5 years. If I want to step up and defend the program the way that I see fit, because I know Illinois, the actual people at Illinois, don't want to turn this into a whole big thing, which is obviously the right thing to do. Cooley, just a stupid comment, but I think it was the right thing to do to step up and salute with Providence fans. We have joined them in the fight. And if Barstool Sports doesn't get an Ed Cooley clown nose shirt going in like you saw in the photo just a short time ago, if they don't get those going again, I believe that we will step up, and maybe there's Providence fans who want to join us on this, in creating our own Ed Cooley shirt. The FEC, the Fuck Ed Cooley Alliance is what I would call it. I know a lot of people in Providence say FEC. That's their whole slogan, but it's kind of an alliance. It's a joining of the fact that I think both fan bases now hate this guy. And if Illinois ever plays Georgetown when Ed Cooley is there, I'm going to enjoy that one. We'll put it that way. I wish it was this year. I don't care what year it is. Any year, any day, any time. I don't care. Roll the ball out. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I just felt like it was the right thing to do to step up and do something about this because, this fucking guy's just a dickhead. This is what he is. And, that's all I have to say about it. I'd like to hear Tyler's thoughts. He'll be joining us shortly. If anybody in the comments wants to discuss this, have any thoughts or opinions on it. Tommy gives us props. I don't need that, but thank you. Ed Cooley needs to cool it. Oh, Bootzilla gets him. UConn just lost to Danger in Maui today. Yeah, wild game there. Wild game. I thought it was classic college basketball to have a great game like this between UConn and Memphis. And Memphis is very, very good on the perimeter. That's something to watch. I mean, Tyrese Hunter has been around forever, and Harrington, that's not his name, is it? Geez, I apologize. PJ Haggerty, sorry. PJ Haggerty's a really good scorer. So they're going to be a team to watch. They're athletic, big in the perimeter. That's going to be a good team, I think, all season. And despite the fact that they, may leave a little bit to be desired in the coaching front, Penny Hardaway did a good job today. And they're a good team. So shooting 48% from three, by the way, Memphis. They have been stroking it from downtown. Let's see. Quackle, how's it going? Says, who gives a shit about Cooley, shit coach, shit program? Going to have a shit season, not worth the breath. That's fair. I see that's the point of view of a lot of Illini fans. I see that. That's fine. I just felt like I had to say something, though. Just felt like it was the right thing to do to step up and say something. And obviously, it's social media. It is what it is. But I think if our alliance with Providence fans, I think, is strong. The Fry Illini, it's being coined around the college basketball universe. And, I thought when my good friends over at Barstool with Reegs writing a couple articles about this, I thought he might include my tweet about the alliance, but that's all right. He didn't. How much coffee did I have? Unfortunately, Wally, I do not drink coffee. I wish I did. It's just not for me. I have had sugar, probably. Like I had a lemonade. Yeah, I don't know. Probably a little too much, to be fair. But once you start to carry the show yourself, for Tyler's on business. He'll be back in a few minutes. But doing 20 minutes or so by myself is hard. So I'm just trying to, stay focused. Doing my best, I guess, since I've been a big on my phone guy this season. It's a bad look. I'm really trying to get back into the swing of things. When DePaul is better than your program, you're doing a bad job. It's crazy that, Chris Holtman's done a good job at DePaul. They're not very good. They're 6-0, but, they're doing things that DePaul doesn't normally do. Like, they're beating the shit out of the teams they need to beat the shit out of. Like, their best opponent this year by ranking on KenPom is Mercer, who's 237th, but they beat Mercer by 30 points. So that's one thing DePaul's got going for them. Now, they're going to run into something here. They played Wednesday, December 4th at Texas Tech. That's going to be a really, really hard game. But if they can hang around and stay in it, I don't see how DePaul's not right there with Georgetown. Like they're better than Georgetown, I believe. Now, one thing that's going on in the Big East that's going to be a storyline is Seton Hall's offense is the worst. This will be another team that'll compete towards that bottom of the Big East. Seton Hall will be right there with Georgetown and DePaul, but Seton Hall's offense is the worst at the power conference level, 278th on KenPom. The only saving grace is that they're shooting at almost 40% from three, and their defense is elite, of course. But losses to Fordham, Hofstra, and Vanderbilt this season, they can't make a two. They can't make any free throws. Not a good look for what's going on at Seton Hall. Bootzilla says, should we take Wisconsin serious or wait till February? That's a good question. Wisconsin's good. I'm not going to trust that this is something that lasts all season. I think if you consider a couple of factors, their offense right now is literally playing as well as it could be. I'm not sure John Tanji is going to be a guy that averages what he's averaging. I mean, he had 33 points against Pitt. He had 41 against Arizona. Is he going to do that all season long in the Big Ten? I'm not sure. But he's had a really, really good season so far, shooting it 95% from the free throw line, 63% from two. He's been great. I would say Wisconsin can be taken somewhat seriously. Yeah, I mean, they got two really, really quality wins, plus beating up on a decent UCF team. I'll be curious to see how they look against Michigan on December 3rd and Marquette on December 7th. Those couple of games will be interesting. They play Illinois, of course, on the 10th. So they got a kind of 4 games in a row against decent opponents: Michigan, Marquette, Illinois, Butler. Marquette and Illinois being road games for them. We know Brad's had a decent amount of success, of course, against Wisconsin, against Greg Gard. I mean, they've won a bunch of games in a row in Madison, and they beat them, in the Big Ten championship game last season. So I would say take them seriously, but not more seriously than like Ohio State. Like Ohio State, I think is pretty good. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's me being a metrics whore or whatever they want to call it for Ohio State. But let's see. Illini and Georgetown a scrimmage next year, and the undercard with Brad and Cooley in a cage match is the main event. Yeah, I have a feeling that Cooley's not going to want to touch Illinois now after that. Maybe I'm wrong, but who knows? Could be right. Could be wrong. Could be right. Let's see. Anything else in the comments before we get to the game from Saturday? I don't want to do that before he gets here, but might have to do it. And we'll talk about Cooley and all that other stuff in a moment. Let's see. Let me do something real quick here. Illinois was ranked 25th. They are no longer ranked 25th. Hold on, folks. Hold on. My mouse is not working. Merez needs more minutes than Jake Davis. Ooh, coming in hot. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think it's a point everybody would agree with. Jake Davis playing 14 minutes as opposed to 13 from Merez. A little bit weird, especially considering Merez had 8 offensive rebounds in 13 minutes. That's a pretty good ratio if you ask me. You think traveling to the West Coast will mess with the original Big Ten teams? The way they scheduled it, I would say no. Scheduling is good. I don't know if he's ready to come in yet, but he's here. So, all right, you do it yourself. Okay, there we go.
I don't know. Who knows how my internet will be, but
who's to say? I didn't want to get to the game from Saturday because I wanted you to, if you have any Ed Cooley thoughts, I've been going over it.
He's a clown. How long? How many times did you cuss about it?
Upwards of 15, probably 15 or so F-bombs.
Seems weak.
So. Well, you can only say so much. I thought that some of our fellow Providence fans would be joining us today, but haven't seen anybody.
I didn't realize that Brad stole him away from Providence when Cooley was there, so I get why he holds
don't say that.
hatred.
No, fuck that. Don't go there. Let's consider a few things though about this. Like, number one, why even take a shot?
I agree. I don't know why he decided that he needed to. I think that it was kind of silly to even do it. I don't know. He thought he was being funny, but
he's a fucking douchebag is what he is. Let's say
I don't think calling out a random program that you have nothing to do with will ever come off as funny. Like,
and
it would have been funny if like Hurley said it about Memphis today because he was acting like a toddler today during that game.
Oh, we got to do that again. All right.
We lost them the game. What do you mean we got to do that again?
I'm not interested in talking about that. I'm more interested in the fact that college basketball is front and center with a great game, and the refs were brutal the entire game. They were so bad. True. They let Memphis be as physical as they wanted in the first 10 minutes, but somehow UConn, Memphis in the double bonus, like 8 minutes left. Anyway, who cares? No, Providence fans don't care that they lost Jaden Epps to Illinois either. They just hate Cooley, and they should hate Cooley. Cooley's a piece of shit. Let's be honest. He's a bad guy. Just a bad guy.
I agree. And
I can't believe I called this out earlier. I can't believe UConn fans were attacking me in the comments. What are they doing?
That was random.
Nobody was a bigger defender of UConn last season or nicer to UConn than we were over Illinois losing to them. And then they got to take shots. I mean, it's just lame.
It's true.
Ed Cooley has surpassed Hunter Dickinson for me for villains to the Illinois program. I honestly think that Illinois should schedule a game with Georgetown, beat the absolute fuck out of them, and then piss right in their faces after the game and not shake their hands. Fuck Georgetown. Fuck Ed Cooley. He's a piece of shit. That's all I have to say about it. I mean, that is what he is. And fuck the media too, because the media does not do their jobs at all. Like when Ed Cooley left Providence, they didn't do any of that. Like it's just, he's so nice to the media. Oh, we're gonna make sure that fuck the media. All these people who think they're such important journalists and they don't do their jobs. I mean, it's just bullshit. They get a free pass every fucking time. You wonder why Providence fans are pissed off about this. It's bullshit. Ed Cooley's a clown. He's a loser, a loner, and a nobody. And I hope Georgetown fires his ass for cause. No money. Anyway.
I think it's hilarious that they made him put out a statement immediately after.
Yeah, because he knows,
stand your ground. If you want to talk shit,
yeah, fair.
Stand on it.
Oh yeah, he
never backs down.
Never will. He made such national news with that quote. I was the only person tweeting about it, pretty much. There's a couple other people, but
pretty much. So you just ranted about Ed Cooley for the last 25 minutes.
Close, yeah.
Good work.
I showed the video. I played the clip.
Okay.
Context for everybody and showed off a couple of those tweets that did well. A lot of Friars fans thanking us. A lot of a Syracuse fan hopping in saying, hey, we're on board as well. Rhode Island fan jumping in as well. So only fucking assholes defending this clown aren't even Georgetown's fans. There's UConn fans. What the fuck are you guys doing? You've won 2 national championships in a row. Maybe folks about losing to a team with Dane Deja today. And also, consider this. You motherfuckers should not spend any time defending Ed Cooley after you've won 2 national titles in a row. Back the F off. I won't even use another F word there. I won't. I'll just say F. There you go. So, all right. Hopefully we can get some good clips for Twitter there. I'd like to get a couple Ed Cooley clips to post so our alliance stays strong between us and Providence fans. It's very strong right now. I don't think it could even. I'm not sure it could get stronger than it is right now. It's so strong. All right, Illinois won a game last week. They beat Maryland Eastern Shore in what was a bizarre game. Illinois struggling to score early on, end up covering the spread by a couple touchdowns. So I missed parts of this game. I was busy, so I don't really know what even happened.
Illinois came out slow and sluggish and all those things that Illinois seems to do sometimes. Second half was a lot better.
Seems like it, numbers wise.
Yeah. Player of the game, we both went was Will Riley, 18 minutes, 7 for 11, 2 for 5 from 3, 3 for 3 from the line, 19 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. I think Brad made a comment that Will Riley is a baller, and he has been balling out. So
see how he does against a juggernaut like tonight. Tonight will be
should be a better game, right?
The hardest non-conference Alabama, non-Alabama team they play. Like, there are only 2 non-conference games against these types of opponents going forward in terms of, non-power conference schools, Chicago State and Little Rock. Little Rock's a lot better than Chicago State. So there you
go. Starters, Casper's 26 minutes, 4 for 7, 1 for 4 from 3, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals for him. I think he had all the steals in the first half. Brad was pretty happy about the defense. The offense, struggled. Didn't shoot it well from 3, but they did take probably a number you're going to like, 43s in this game. So,
I feel good about that. Yep.
Tomislav played 25 minutes. Brad did make a comment that he didn't want to play anybody over 25 minutes if the game got out of hand. So everybody pretty much, played that 25 number or less. 5 for 8 for him, 1 for 4 from 3, 11 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks for him. I made a comment that we would probably not see Merez and Tommy on the floor at the same time. Brad said, "You're an idiot. We're going to play them on the floor a lot. And if Merez can stay out of foul trouble, it's going to be a thing." So I apologize, Brad, but he doesn't listen to us. So I guess
there was a comment earlier about
apologizing to.
There was a comment earlier about the minutes discrepancy between Jake Davis and Merez. What's your take on that? Jake Davis playing more than Merez or Kerry Booth in this game.
I think that Brad knew this game didn't matter, so he ran Jake,
fine,
quite a bit. And I also think he was trying to find an offensive spark off the bench. So Jake played pretty early. I think he came in around like the 16-minute mark of the first half. So that would be my guess. Quackle says, "I may have missed this conversation previously, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse.
Oh,
but why is Trey White still starting?" Brad was really happy about Trey White. Trey White played 21 minutes, 3 for 6 from the field, 6 points, 11 rebounds, 1 steal. Under said, quote, "Hats off to Trey. I thought Trey was outstanding in the first half with 8 rebounds. You can start to see what he can do defensively with 2 other guys that are pretty good." Those 2 other guys were Kasparis and Boswell, obviously. Brad's really excited with how the kind of defense Kasparis played this game also. So Trey White is going to be in the starting lineup for a while, guys.
Doesn't mean we don't all hate
deserves it or not. Boswell, 25 minutes, 4 for 12. He did put the ball up quite a bit this game. 2 for 9 from 3, 3 for 6 from the line. Got to get that figured out. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for him.
He's got the yips for the free throw line.
He does. He missed his first one. I think he turned around, looked at Brad, and he's like he was dumbfounded that it won't go in the basket. So, but again, he played really good defense. He held Shaw to 0 points in the first half. Shaw, who's one of the leading scorers, who was my player to watch for them, was 2 for 11 from the field. So Boswell continues to be a really good defender, as we know. Hummerhouse, 22 minutes, 3 for 10, 2 for 8 from 3. Guy's not afraid to shoot it. 1 for 3 from the line, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He did have 3 blocks. I do complain a lot about him closing out on people. Brad thought that his defense was better this game. He made a comment about it. I think I got it later on. And Brad said of him going 2 for 8, quote, "I don't ever want him to turn down a 3."
Yeah, I will say, I was going to say something smart. Hummerhouse, yeah. 2 for 8 from I mean, him and Boswell, I'm fine with them throwing them up in a game like this,
Yeah.
Open looks, why not?
I agree. I think you need Boswell to get shots up, just so he can get some confidence going into bigger games. So
I was going to say something like the defensive side of the ball in this game. Like obviously Maryland Eastern Shore is not a very good team, but Illinois in the first 10 minutes held them to 8. In the final 10 minutes of the first half held them to 7, and in the first 10 minutes of the second half they held them to 9. So with 10 minutes to go, Illinois had given up 24 points. So that'll do against anybody. They held them to their worst 3-point percentage of the season, 25%. The only one close is one of the games that they won, which was against Penn State Schuylkill, which is not even a real school, I think. They shot 26% from 3 in that game, 25% in this game. And if there's one thing that they could do coming into it, they shoot 34% from 3 coming in. So they weren't terrible from that part of the game. But obviously, yeah, they don't have the guys. They don't have the guys that can score against any – whether Illinois' defense is not very good or whatever it is, the team like this is not going to have the guys to do anything against anybody. Right. Unless Illinois just wasn't trying on defense, which was not the case. And, Casper's 4 steals in this game. We'll take that any day. And, saw a couple of those classic flashy passes that he likes to throw out there. I still like to see him shoot the ball a little bit more, only taking 7 shots. But if he ever finds it from 3 consistently, people are in trouble.
Yeah, and I thought Illinois made it kind of a point to post up Tomislav this game. I talked about, wanting to see him in the paint a little bit more. I thought they made an effort to do that in this game. Wally says thoughts on playing Big T with Johnson. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, it's nice to have Merez in there because the guy is going to go after rebounds. Tomislav, even though he's tall, I don't know if he actually goes for rebounds. And I think Merez does those little things that, make your team play harder. He's on the floor going after balls when they were up 30, doing those little things that, helps a team win, even in a game like this that, was never really in question. So Merez, I honestly almost put him as player of the game. 14 minutes for him, 3 of 5, 4 for 7 from the line, 10 points, 13 rebounds. He had 8 offensive rebounds, an assist, and a block. Brad said, quote, we need Merez. His 8 minutes and 4 fouls against Alabama obviously changed a little bit of the outcome of the game. We need him playing smart and staying out of foul trouble because he truly impacts us. I think that we're going to see a lot of Merez in Tomislav tonight. So
I can see that. I mean, I haven't even looked at what Little Rock is, but I think we'll see it.
They're not very big. I mean, they got some big guys, but I couldn't find a true center unless it was the guy that played 5 minutes last game. He might be hurt. So DGL played 18 minutes, 2 of 7, 1 for 5 from 3, 5 points, 2 rebounds.
His shot is not there right now.
Offense is struggling a little bit. He did have some good open looks, so he's going to keep shooting also. Corey Booth played 12 minutes, was 1 for 3, 1 for 2 from 3, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 block.
Yeah, he was definitely there.
Carey is there.
I don't know. He didn't play more minutes in a game like this,
Yeah, and I think that Brad's talking about wanting to run him and Merez together also.
I think
He
it's
just
part of
hasn't been
having
able to do it.
an inexperienced roster where you want guys like Tomislav to still get some minutes in a game like this just to get more time
Yeah.
out there. But I think that's probably part of it why Booth is only playing 12 minutes in a game like this, a game that they won by almost 50.
Right. Scheidwinder says seems like a bad idea, but they got to try Tommy and Merez together. Merez needs more tick. Yeah, I think a big part of it is Brad just wants to see how it works together too. So that's why I think we'll see it quite a bit tonight. But they love scheduling Illinois for these 8 p.m. games. Yeah, Illinois has so many 8 o'clock games this year. It's not
Whose
fun.
fault is this? Brad's?
I don't think Brad gets to pick that, does he?
Who would? Whitman?
The network companies like Big
Do
Ten
they?
Network.
I don't know about that.
I mean, do you not think that it's a lot like football where they put games where they want to?
Illinois,
No.
Little Rock?
At least it's not on Big Ten Plus. Anyways, Jake Davis played 15 minutes, went 1 for 3, 0 for 2 from 3, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block for him. Good job, Jake. Illinois took 43s. Like I said, they only made 10 of them, 25% from 3. Only had 9 turnovers, which is good, but they only had 9 assists also on 33 made baskets. So a little bit down in that category. 11 for 18 from the line, 61%, 35 points in the first half, 32 in the second, or 52 in the second.
What would you say is the number one strength of Brad Underwood Illinois teams throughout his entire time here?
Getting out in transition?
No. I'm saying statistically.
Statistically.
From a statistical standpoint.
3-point shooting?
Something close to that, but a little bit different.
In interior scoring, points in the paint.
2-point shooting.
Well, that's because he doesn't let them take 15-footers.
They're phenomenal when it comes to making twos. Okay, let's just run a few numbers for the folks at home.
Because he doesn't let them take 15-footers.
Okay, but I'm saying there's an efficiency part of this that's important to note. 2-point percentage offense in the last 5 years of Brad Underwood, 58.6% top 50, 54.4% top 40, 55.1% top 20, 51.4% not a great team, top 1, they're 110th, not great. But then of course the 1 seed team, 55.4%, 14th in the country. So there's an efficiency part of this, folks. And also, that's not entirely true that he doesn't let him take 15-footers. I would assume he was taking 15-footers.
One guy.
Terrence Shannon occasionally would throw one up.
One guy, me. If Terrence Shannon took 15 his whole career at Illinois,
you're wrong.
Surprised.
Wrong.
I'm just
saying.
It
was a Kipper Nichols specialty as well.
Well, he doesn't count. He's not a real basketball player.
Whoa, shots fired. Just saying, the numbers have always been good in that department for the most part. So, I mean, they made 67% of twos in this game, so that'll work every time. 27 of 34, I believe.
Jay says, I think this roster is overall better than last year. Only difference to me is TSJ, which is massive. Crazy how one guy turns your whole roster.
This roster is undoubtedly more talented than last year. Like, not even close. Like, top to bottom.
For sure.
So, yeah. What else? Anything?
I got some Brad quotes here real quick. He said, quote, highlight of the day was the first media timeout and then playing the football team's win. I don't want to say miraculous, but really good outcome. That was the highlight of the first half.
Should say miraculous.
Highlight of the first half. That's how bad Illinois was in the first half in Brad's eyes.
Yeah.
So. He said, quote, I thought defensively we were pretty good. I shouldn't make light of the job we did. Shaw is one of the top scorers in the country, and he got a little taste of Kylan Boswell. Thought Ben was much better at giving support and helping. I thought KJ was everywhere. 4 steals in the first half. we did a good job of guarding them on a night where we didn't shoot the ball very well. And then I thought this one was interesting. He said, quote, I feel like half the time our guys are stuck in third gear or second gear, maybe. I think we play too casual offensively. We don't run in space and screws up our whole spacing. I thought the second half we grew in that. We have to get out of the casual mindset we are in. Brad thinks the guys aren't trying. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean,
It was noticeable in the first half, I would say.
yeah, they'll be okay.
Yeah. And then Brad said that he's getting more comfortable in the patterns and how long guys should play and when they need to be taken out. So expect better lineups from Brad coming up, whatever that means.
I'll tell you right now, just a side note before we get to the game tonight, Michigan State is spitting in my face right now.
Are they losing?
They're up 13. I said they stunk.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely didn't bet UConn spread today, No way I would do that. Why would I do that? What am I, insane? But no, it's cool. Maui's great. I mean, we got that game already, and then we have Iowa State Auburn tonight. Whew.
One cold boy says, I see DGL kind of trying to replicate his explosiveness.
TSJ.
Yeah, but although he's a strong player, that could never really happen. Yeah, TSJ's bigger, stronger, and faster, I think. Well, I don't know about faster, but quicker.
No, he's faster with the ball.
Seems like they're not getting an easy transition buckets like last year. Yeah, that's not having
just
Terrence
skip over
Shannon.
this.
Because this is Illinois basketball podcast.
Yeah, and plus Pat Bryant would be like wide receiver 4 on the Oregon Ducks. But anyway.
That is
it's a joke.
Unnecessary.
I apologize.
I don't think that they're not trying. I think they're just kind of slow. I think they have guys that are fast.
He's trying to say they're too white, I think, which is true.
Yeah. They're also playing in second gear, though. So Brad's got to learn how to shift, I guess.
Like the Friends theme song, right?
I'll be there for you.
Stuck in second gear. It's a line in the song.
Oh.
Jesus. Yikes. Probably saying that to myself. Illinois 4-1 coming in tonight. Little Rock, we got to get this done quick because we got to get this out so people have time to listen to the Ed Cooley part of the show before they get to the preview for tonight. So we're going to do it quick. Little Rock is 3-3. This game is going on in 2 hours from recording this, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Big Ten Network. So there you go. It's on TV. Congrats, everybody. So Little Rock has a few wins this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine. They're, metrically, they're decent. Ohio Valley Conference squad. Arkansas Baptist, UTSA, and Tulsa their win.
Yeah.
Winning those games all by double digits, but then losses to decent Winthrop team by 15, a very good Arkansas State team by 17, and they lost to Arkansas by 12. So they're capable of keeping it close, and props to them. I mean, they opened their season at home, and then their next 6 games are on the road. And they go home for our good friends at Maryland Eastern Shore on Wednesday the 27th. So props to them for that schedule.
Just real quick, one cold boy, it's when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. I don't know what he's trying to throw out there. Tidewinder says 6 p.m. West Coast games are great for him. Must be nice. Anyway.
So
back to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Christian Hughes, 6'2", 180, hasn't been a starter. We played 30 minutes against Arkansas, 28 against Arkansas State. They got Jonathan Lawson, 6'7", 190, 16.3 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, had 27 and lost, went through 23 when they beat Tulsa, played all 40 minutes against Arkansas. They got Isaiah Lewis, 6'3", 165, sophomore, 11.5 points per game, shooting 39% from downtown. Mawani Wilkinson, 6'5", 205, senior, averaging 17.2 points per game, 6.3 rebounds per game. And then at the 5, I guess, for them is Ante Beljean, 6'8", 220, sophomore, 10 points, 4 rebounds against Arkansas, season high, 21 points against UTSA. KenPom, important numbers to note. This team does not turn the basketball over too much. 339th in the country, turnover percentage 22.7. So the Illini can force some turnovers. They're in a great spot. Where they can get you, though, from downtown, they shoot 37% from three, although 46% from the 2-point range and 221st in the country in free throw percentage. They don't make enough threes. They need to shoot threes more threes. That's what they're good at. See if they do that tonight. Chuck up some threes because that is what they do best. For Illinois, numbers-wise, beat them inside the perimeter, but also take your threes because Illinois takes a lot of threes. And this team can't match you size for size, so you pound them. Illinois, 39% offensive rebound percentage, 20th in the country. They are also top 100 in turnover percentage and top 100 in effective field goal percentage. This offense has so much more room to grow. Defensively, the metrics are good. But for a game like tonight, focus on what you can do, which is don't let them shoot threes because that's what they're good at. If you can force Little Rock off the three-point line, you'll be in a great spot to handle them with ease. Players to watch.
Oh, did you breathe?
I'm good.
My players to watch. I'm going with Tomislav, more or less because it doesn't seem like they have a big that can really compete with him if they do try to go inside. Tong Twatch Gath Kick started last game. He is 6'9", but he only played 5 minutes, so I don't know if he got hurt or what. And then I don't think they run a guy over 6'9". They do have a 6'11" guy on their team, but it doesn't look like he plays much. So I think it could be a really big night for Tomislav. And then for Arkansas Little Rock, I'm going with Jonathan Lawson. Because
nothing to say about him.
He's a guard, and I believe he's their leading scorer with 16 a game. And he apparently doesn't come off the floor because he played all 40 minutes against Arkansas. So
there you go.
Against Arkansas, he's 5 of 14, 2 of 8 from 3 for 15 points, had 12 rebounds and 5 assists and 2 steals and 1 block. So I would say he's the best player on Little Rock's team.
I'm going to go with Kaspers for the Illini, set the tone, play solid, take a lot of shots. Hopefully, Mawani Wilkinson for Little Rock, shooting 43% from 3. So there you go. And then
Brad did say that he messed up in the Alabama game because he took Tomislav and Kaspers off the court at the same time. So
yeah, it's a big fuck up.
Good job, Brad.
Predictions.
I'm going to go Illinois wins this 88-71. I think Little Rock is going to make it a game competitively for the first 26 minutes of this game, and then Illinois is going to run away with it.
That seems right. I'm going to go 84-69. Illinois gets it done. They're a better team, but Little Rock's a formidable foe, so we'll see how this goes. Tough non-conference, get nothing wrong with that. Get yourselves ready a little bit more for Arkansas. Tough mid-major, at least. But all right, I think that's enough. We've seen enough of this. We're gonna post this so we can get it out before the game, so people can listen. No watch party tonight. I mean, who wants to see that? So, all right, we'll be back with another one of those soon. And Wednesday, I'm sure we'll do the episode, right? Or tomorrow or Wednesday, I guess.
Yeah, whenever.
All right, see everybody then. Goodbye.